Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Elisa. Let's get into it. Today is the last episode of our autumn destashing marathon. Can you believe it? Because I can't. This has been a long road, a long winding road, but it was very
entertaining, if I may say so myself.
I really quite enjoyed making all of these garments, and today we're coming to a close with maybe the grand finale. I'll leave that up to you. So in the last two episodes, if you've not seen them, we have made 3 beautiful garments from fabrics that I had in my fabric stash, trying to make autumnal inspired dresses from it. Basically, I think that was kind of the plan. In the first episode, we sat down and designed all of the pieces that we wanted to make with the fabrics that we had, and we made the first garment, which was this beautiful boat neck, drop waist, princess seam, gathered mini skirt denim dress that is now a pattern on my Etsy shop, by the way, if you've not heard yet. So go check that out if you're interested. In the second episode, so far my personal favorite, if I may say so, we made this beautiful viscose satin frilly bishop sleeve dress with a tiny little micro scarf, and I think all of you kind of also agreed that that was the highlight so far in this marathon. I'm obsessed with it. I loved it. The third garment was this very experimental plaid dress with a gathered waist and gathered shoulder, and today we are going to make a black satin dress. We initially decided that we were going to make a midi dress with potentially a keyhole in the neckline and long sleeves. So let me show you how that went. We want to cut the sleeves and the skirt on the bias, which means I'm grabbing the end of my fabric and I am going to try and fold the selvage across like this. And doing that helps me find a true bias, which is the 45-degree angle. So you can see that I'm literally aligning the cut end of my fabric with the selvage. And as I am doing this, I am creating a 45-degree angle here, and this is much easier if you have a bigger room to do this in.
I have a tiny room,
so I have to be resourceful. So this is the 45-degree angle of the fabric. Alright, so my bodice pieces are going to be cut on the grain line. They don't need to be in a 45-degree angle. And we have this keyhole here in front, which I need to cut facing for. Okay, I mean, let's hope for the best, I guess. The weather is so drab and dreary and disgusting outside that I don't really want to do anything right now, which is a bit counterproductive because we are in the final stretch of this destashing marathon. I can't give up now, can I? So let me fill you in on where we are right now. I have Frankensteined my Ophelia dress pattern, which is the very first ever dress pattern that I made available on my Etsy shop. So it was a nice revisit of that pattern. What I have done is I basically reused the upper part of the dress, which is the front bodice upper piece and the upper back piece, as well as the pieces that go around the waist. With the upper pieces, I cut a keyhole into the front piece and I cut a keyhole into the back piece. So there's a keyhole both front and back. Which, now that I say it out loud, maybe I should have thought about that more. Anyway, there also isn't a zipper or any other type of opening in the lower area of the dress, so I'm hoping that because I have cut my skirt pieces on the bias, I'm somehow going to be able to get in by putting it over my head. There's no contingency at the moment. I mean, I could easily insert a zipper in the back. I'm just hoping that I don't have to. I hate inserting zippers into bias cut anything, because it usually doesn't work very well. So fingers crossed that I don't have to do that. And I reused the simple sleeve pattern that I made a few weeks ago when I created that bishop sleeve in that sleeve tutorial that you might have seen. I mirrored it and cut it also on the bias from my fabric. So I have cut everything, and now I just need to assemble it and see if it was a mistake to add 2 keyholes front back or if it looks good. There really isn't anything but to sew everything together. So I just need to change all of the threads on my machines right now and then get started. So let's go. And there we have it, the front keyhole. That's what it looks like. No idea if that's gonna work out or not. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'll just attach it to my skirt the way I normally would. I'm just gonna sew this together with basting stitches for now, because actually I do need to face this with facing, which I haven't cut at this point, and I want to avoid having to face this section here, but I do want to try on the dress, so I'm just gonna use some basting stitches to hold it together for now. Now let's put front and back together. So we have the components of a dress. We have a sleeve, we have the main bodice area and skirt sewn together, and I'm pleased to report that I fit into it like a glove, which is great. I don't need to add a zipper, which I'm very happy about. I think the fit is actually surprisingly good. Now, there's a few things I want to change. I think I could take it in a smidge around here. Don't know why this is so big suddenly. Don't think I lost weight, but there's like a good 4 centimeters that could go, but then maybe I don't get into it anymore without a zipper, so I have to be careful. I'm also fine with it being a little bit of a looser fit, because it's still kind of slinky and figure hugging, even though it's not super tight. The other thing is the keyhole looks lovely. I'm happy with it. It's not too revealing, and you're gonna see a little bit more skin once the facing is attached and this is cleaned up, but we don't want to go overboard with that. The keyhole in the back looks great as well. I might just raise this a tiny little smidge to, you know, mitigate gaping. Now, none of that is the real issue here. The real issue here is the sleeve. It truly is. It truly skews Morticia Addams, a little matronly. The thing that I was scared of back in the first video when I designed this. I don't know
if I like the long sleeve.
So I'm not quite sure at the moment what to do about that. I don't think changing the shape of a long sleeve would necessarily change how I feel about the fact that it is a long sleeve. It's very covering. Like, the skirt is super long. I kind of want to keep it this way because, you know, it's nice having it graze my ankle area, so I don't really want to shorten the skirt. I do feel like maybe a short tulip sleeve or something a little fluttering around here would look nice, but then it's not really a winter dress. We want this to be a fall winter dress, so I'm not quite sure what to do about this right this minute. So I have to think about it. All right, so we have to take this apart again so we can follow the sequence of events to properly finish it. But this was good for trying the dress and knowing what adjustments I need to make. It is, by the way, a couple of days later. I had to, you know, take a break and think about this a little bit more, and I think what I ended up with is that I want to do short sleeves, which is very much not Morticia Addams, but I think that's okay. I think this could end up looking like a really pretty, preppy, but elegant 1930s inspired dress, which I don't hate. I love that aesthetic, so why not? so I've just pinned the facing attached, but I realized that I need to basically make a strap first that is going to be the closure in the back for the keyhole, because I want to have a little bow on there. So I'm going to make 2 longish straps that I can then place here before I sew my facing attached. The ties are sewn and pressed, and now I just need to plop them in between the lining and the shell before I actually sew it. So I'm just gonna put it in here, and now I'll sew my facing attached. Alright, so I have added the facing and it looks super proper and nice, and I'm very happy about the fit. This is all very dark here, so I don't think you can see much. Unfortunately, it's a very gray day outside, but it looks super clean and nice, and I'm happy with it. I'm not wearing a bra right now, so it feels like it's a little loose, but I feel like once I do actually wear a bra, I'm gonna need that space. So I'm happy with that. Let me show you the back if I can. So there's the keyhole. Also stoked about that. What to do about the sleeves? They're gonna be short, I know already, because I now have a very different idea for the aesthetic of this dress. I have this button, I actually have 2 of them, that I have never actually used. I think I bought this at Liberty and it was expensive. I think this one button was like £8. And isn't it just the perfect little button to put here? I think the aesthetic is Alexa Chung circa 2014. I think it's gonna be a very preppy, very pretty cocktail dress. Okay, so in the spirit of winging things, I'm gonna wing the sleeve as well now, because why not? I want a round sleeve, and I need to try and get the biggest double layer perimeter that I possibly can from the remnants that I have here. This is my armhole, and then I'm gonna cut another round around it, and that's then gonna be this flared sleeve that I'm envisaging, and I'm gonna pin that in so that there's a little ruffle on the shoulder as well, because vintage, right? So I'm just gonna start here somewhere. It's not for the faint of heart. I think this is the silliest thing I've ever done. This is so not something I want you to do. But here I am doing it. Okay. Let's see how we can, if this was a thing that we've done here or if it was a mistake. Because I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out. So the lower notch goes onto the side seam, right side stitching as per usual. And then the upper notch is a large armhole perimeter, but that's okay. We can pin it down and have a gathered shoulder as we wanted it to be. It's just a lot of gather. Okay, well, there's a reason why I wouldn't want you to do this at home, because what the heck is this? What even is this? This looks awful. Just no. Why? Why does it look like that? Ah, the mirror. Wait. Okay, that's better. Why does it look like that? It's just awful. And now I cut into the best part of my remnants. Well, shit. Okay, give me a second. I have to come up with a plan B. I'm thinking more like half of what we have right now. Let's do this. Okay. That could be slightly better, but I'm not convinced. The problem is really that this should be as long as this. This is actually way more, but it's clearly not. So I think what I need to do is also make this section shorter here. Shouldn't be that tall. That's much better. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I might have saved the sleeves. They look cute. They look preppy. They look like they could be nice. I'm actually done now. All I need to do is finish up the raw edges of my sleeves and my hem, and then put that ominous button here. And then we're actually done with our autumn destashing marathon. So let's see how all of the things that we have made rank up to each other. Okay, I had a bit of a, this button, right? I love it, but hear me out. Let me show you. Hello? Moon? Hi, how you doing? Maybe witchy season? Let's see what Instagram says. Okay, like apparently that moon button isn't even a contender. I'm sorry. A short lapse of judgment on my part, but we're done. Actually, for real now. So, final reveal time. You ready? Yeah, let's go. Okay, maybe I have to redact my statements from last week. Maybe I've been a little premature. My judgment, you know. I think it's just fair for me to concede to dress number 4. She's beauty, she's great, she's everything I want to be when I grow up. Aw, she said that? Aw, that's cute. She's also correct. Alright, so I have to say I'm so honored to be part of this. I just can't believe how pretty we all are. Like, just look at us. I think like dress number 1 and 2 and 4 are just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just honored to be mentioned amongst them. I mean, in a different light, if you think about it, you know, we're all quite different. I don't quite see how we cater to the same target audience, if you know what I mean. I couldn't pick a winner if you made me. And I don't wanna. You know, I feel like I don't really want to make this a competition, really. I don't think it would be fair towards the others. Also, by the way, I think it's so cool that dress number 1 is a pattern now. Can you believe it? Like, that's what we all aspire to. I know that dress number 2 also wants to become a pattern, but I don't know how that's going. Maybe you should ask her. Didn't quite know that humble was in my veins, you know. Hurts. All right, ready? Oh wait, 1 second. Can you remind me what was this for? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that this was a competition. Oh darn it. Okay. Okay. Am I supposed to like say something nice about the others? Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I really didn't follow along. I was kind of busy doing other things, you know. Duh.